Luz Dragon Veils. I hope y'all are doing well. Welcome back to my channel, and for an Owl House character arc, I'm going to go over Eda, the Owl Lady, Luz's mentor and future teacher of the Boiling Isles. Be warned, there will be some spoilers to the arc, and as well as bear in mind that she has come a very long way, so if you've not seen the Owl House, I'd recommend you watch it. Without further ado, let's begin. So, when we're first introduced to the Owl Lady, well, if some of you had seen my previous Owl House videos that talked about her, yeah, you'd probably recall my personal opinion about her. I mean, she was sort of like Blitz. I wasn't sure if I was going to like her or not, especially because I felt like she was that kind of character who would take advantage of kids' naivety just for some free child labor. But thankfully, I was proven wrong at the end of the day when she was finally starting to take her mentor stuff a little seriously later on in season 1. But in the second episode, she was still kind of mean about how to handle Luz being a little too in the fantasy world at the time. Slowly but surely, when Eda had to tell about her curse, she finally opened up to Luz and spoke in a way where she wasn't totally patronizing the girl, and finally became the mentor she needed, especially when it came to certain magics. And of course, in season 1, we thought that she was just some crazy teenager stuck in an adult woman's body, especially when it came to episode 3 when Luz was visiting Hexside for the first time. We thought she was a little off the walls crazy about it, and it wasn't until later on that she wasn't totally wrong. Putting that aside, we see that her relationship with Lilith was strained and that it had something to do with the curse. And, of course, Lilith was the only one who seemed to know about her curse. And so it definitely brought off more mystery to Eda as the series went along. By the time the series ended, Eda was willing to protect Luz with her life, going as far as fighting Lilith off as the curse was slowly eating her well-being. But she knew it was worth it in the end if it meant to save Luz, the only person who ever helped her get back into a sense of connection with the people around her, as well as the Boiling Isles in general, in terms of being honest for once, instead of always being a petty thief. And by the end of season 1, she kind of wound up powerless, but at least now she was able to have an opportunity to explore more about the magic with Luz's help. Season 2 was more about Eda trying to overcome her trauma, and we learn more about her trauma and her past. So when we finally got to meet Rain, we learned that these two used to be in a relationship, but thanks to Eda's curse, well, it made it harder and harder because she was trying to protect her Rain and everyone else from the curse. You see, the reason why that is because when the curse first kicked in, she was having a hard time getting control of it, and the situation got so bad it practically injured her father to the point where Dell can no longer practically carve palisman ever again. This resulted in Eda having to hide and suppress that capability just so her father could live and that no one else could get hurt from her curse. So, of course, she also meets up with her mom later and understandably is upset because with Luz's help, her mom was just making things worse than ever before. So, as she said earlier,
"Why should I be calm? I have a right to be upset!"
And of course, she tried to make amends with Lilith, which was a short time, but it definitely felt like at least these two were finally putting the past behind them. So by knocking on knock on Hootie's door, this is where Eda finally confronts her past, and of course, with the help of sleeping nettles, managed to tap into a power of a curse that she never dreamed possible, resulting in Harpy Eda. So she also comes to the terms with her past, which creates a special new connection. By the end of the series in season 2, she starts to become taking on a more selfless role, trying to protect Luz and King whenever possible, even going as far as nearly killing Lilith when she finds out that there were some Titan trappers in that little island they were going to. So, there was a lot going on in season 2, and man, in season 3, things definitely took a very turning point. By season 3, we definitely see a whole new Eda. Not only was she selfless, but her bond with Luz was so deep that Luz's death was enough to devastate her and take on a full-on owl monster form just to take on Belos. However, when Luz came back, she finally simmered down and was able to refocus herself, and thus creating a whole new battle sequence. And before that, she had to pretend and play along with the Collector just so she would be able to connect with King at the time. While it was a shame that we never really got to see much of how far she had come in season 3, I wouldn't dismiss the fact that despite Eda's situation and the fact that she lost an arm in the process in the sacrifice she made in season 2, it didn't change the fact that she was still risking a lot to protect the people she cares about, and she even went as far enough as to smash Emperor Belos once and for all, which I'd say is poetic justice on a personal level for her, because at least by then the man who caused her family a lot of trauma was now gone. And, and by the end of the season, she was officially considered a teacher to the brand new College of the Boiling Isles, making her the head mistress of it all, which is pretty ironic considering of how she had such a low opinion in season 1 about school in general being part of a horrible system. But now she is officially taking over as someone who wants to change the system for the better and allowing the methods of magic to take on new forms while still holding on to a sense of freedom. And these are just my thoughts of how far Eda has come as a character in the Owl House. What do you guys think? Was there anything else I might have been missing? Do a like and subscribe. This is Dragon Videos signing off.